Good morning, you guys. As you can see, I'm literally just getting up, washing my face, brushing my teeth. It's Friday. And even though I know I don't sound like it, but I'm in a gracious, joyful mood. Once I get completely up, the rest of my body will feel it. This morning, even though it has just started for me, it is a new beginning. My lips dry. Anywho, I've been receiving a lot of good news this week, but it's more so about the impression, like first impressions, the impression you leave on people, like what they're gonna remember you by. And two things about what an impression, because that's what's been in my head all night. Like, what an impression I have left on somebody, or what an impression they have left on me. And yeah, it's like earlier this week I had class and I got the chance to sit in a seminar with one of the richest men in Atlanta that do real estate. Multi-million-dollar man. Multi-million-dollar. Got the biggest contract with Microsoft. He was at the school speaking. I got the chance to meet him, talk to him, and he had a session. He did a seminar, then he had a session where he asked, if anyone have any questions, they can ask me. He gave me information that can help me later. He has Friday. He has a mentoring on Friday where he mentor new entrepreneurs and he give them like guidance and how to become their own business owner and how to venture off into having their own multi-million-dollar company. And he shared a brief story of himself. His mentoring program is done through invite only, which you contact him on the information he gave. He gave us information to contact him, which is what I love because he's always available. But he gave us the information to join his what's the name? So for him to mentor me, and it's like this week I have met a nice person. I've been in the room with, as I call them, $1 million minds. And I got the chance to ask him a question and to get his views on a couple things, being that I have started my own photography business, but I need more skills and more clients, and I need to be more active with it. But I let him know that I want to branch off. I want to finish school. The reason why I came to school is so I could get the extra skills and sharpen my skills I already have to be a photographer, to make movies, to make videos, to be upscaled with it, to be very, very professional. So I want all the steps to learn how to be professional, not the way I've always went about it, because I had my wrongs, and I have a way to be professional. I've took a customer service course, got my certificate in customer service, but I want to know the business way. Like, when I'm handling business, I'm handling clients, like, how do I keep that business mind and not keep that friend mind to where I could charge people? And my question I asked him was, how do I keep my ideals realistic? And he told me, don't go as far as out the box as possible. To never box myself into one thing, because ideas are the more unrealistic that your ideal is, the more it can possibly make you that $1,000,000 that you're looking for. He said, reason being is most of the ideas that no one wanted to take on as their own became a multi-million-dollar idea. Look at Disney. He was turned down by 3 different companies and he ended up with Disney World. He made Mickey and became his own multi-millionaire with a different idea. No one liked his idea. It was crazy. It was out the box. But hey, look at us. We all pay to go to Disney World. We all watch Disney movies. Some of us, well, even myself, even pay for Disney Plus. And it's like, now I get why he said don't box myself in. Have this crazy, because I have a lot of crazy ideas. But now I see why I have a lot of crazy ideas, because it wasn't meant for me to be natural, normal, or average. So I'm going to keep my ideas unrealistic as possible. That was one of the reasons why I came up with What an Impression, because it's like, I have certain things in my mind where I'm smart enough about it, but to hear certain things a certain way from other people, and that was my first time meeting him, he left an impression on me, because it's like, that's the attitude I want to have. That's the goal I want to get to. I want to still stay as humble as he was. Someone else had asked him about how did he stay focused and how did he get through, because he started from nothing. He only had a lawn business and had nothing. So how did he stay through? And it's weird because I mentioned before that I was reading the Bible, which I read a couple other chapters to get familiar with what I'm going through during that day, but I stick to Proverbs. Only time I go outside of Proverbs is when I read Psalms 91 for protection of my enemy. Other than that, I use Proverbs for my guidance, for clear mind. I read all the Proverbs. I don't do it every day, but it when I pray and I'm feeling heavy, I read it out over a candle. I read out what's most important to my spirit and what I need to change. That way, I can start my day fresh. I did it this morning. I read Proverbs this morning over my candles, my incense and stuff. I started to put it into my prayer because I find myself asking for the same things. So I write my prayers down. That's going to be repeated. And if I keep asking for it, that's going to take time for me to get. I write them down. I put them in a book. Put them in the Bible. So to keep from saying those same things, I read Proverbs to humble me. And he said that's all he read to get him through his journey. Even now to this day, he still takes time out to read Proverbs. And yeah, it's like, what an impression. It stuck to me. It's going to always stick to me. That's going to be a part of my life that helped me get further than where I was. Another reason why I say what an impression is because I had an old friend, well, I'll say an old person I was dealing with, which I call my little young thing because he is younger than me, and I've always admired him. It's just we was messing around the wrong times. I've explained the story of when he go through his breakups and he get put out the house and he called himself being single, that he calls me. Now, I know to most that is a bad thing. And to me, it's like, I'm used to it, so whatever. But this time it hit different. It hit different because this time my ego took over a little bit, not gonna lie. And it brought me back to that question. What an impression. Which, from this point, it's like, I had to leave a hell of an impression for you to call me a year later after telling you I didn't want to deal with you. What an impression for you to remember my number or keep it saved in your phone as long as you did, knowing that you was not going to talk to me. This time around, reason why ego took over and I remained as excited and honored as I was is because of this. Like I said, last year we stopped talking. We stopped talking because of me. It was nothing really major that he had done to me. Because, I mean, in a relationship, we really had nothing. We were just sex partners. We was homies, but nothing of a big deal. I cut him off because he had me doing hot shit, bro. Like, we would link up and we would do our thing, and then it's like at one point I think he had went back home. I felt like he had went back home because he didn't want to have sex anymore. He just wanted oral, and I'm like, I'm not about to keep giving you no head, bro. If I'm not getting no dick, you feel me? So I cut him off because it's like, nah, fam. I feel like you back with your girlfriend since you don't want to do nothing. I'm gonna want the whole package every time I see you. I cut him slack because this is the man that was driving all the way. If you from Detroit, you driving all the way from the west side to the east side to pick me up when I ain't have no car, to go back to the west side for us to do our thing, to drop me back off on the east side. So it's like I had to be something special for you to even go that length. Not only that, reason why my ego took over is because when he came and got me during the times I was drinking, he came with the bottle. When he knew I smoked, he came with the smokes. He left me with smokes. It's like, who else gonna give me a 3-5 for $20, bro? And some dick, you know. Excuse my French for those, you know. But it's like, yeah. Every time I see you, you stay strapped. And he was strapped. But now he kept providing for me. He came providing. It's like, how could I do my dog like that? But I had to, because it's like, bro, this is the only reason why we linking. We don't chill outside of this. Even though he do got patience with me, and he let me know my patience is terrible. Like, I really was digging him. He just was a relationship guy. He wasn't available. He was only available when he was through his breakups, like when he got kicked out the house. I know I was supposed to feel bad for fucking with him, but honestly, in reality, I really didn't, because I didn't get you kicked out the house. You got yourself kicked out the house. I'm just messing with you because you kicked out the house. Now, if you go back, then yeah, you off limits. But normally when he go back, he don't contact me. Yesterday when he contacted me, like I said, it hit different. Because it's like, I was missing him. Yes, I was missing him because he had what I needed. And I was so used to going, like, he was my only guy that I could have sex with and keep it cordial. Like, yeah, I don't see myself being with him, but I could see myself chilling with him and going out in public with him and being his homie. Like, we fucked, but we never did, because it's like, I know you got your family. And when he called me, he like was excited, like very excited. I could hear in his voice that when I answered, he was like, hey, what up, though? And I'm like, hey, how are you? Because I remember the number. It ain't stored, it's stored now, but I remember the number. I remember by heart because I never put a name on it. And he was like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm alright, bro. What's going on? He was like, shit, nothing. Got the week off. I was wondering if I could see you. And I was like, nah, fam, you know. I said, you probably don't know. I'm not in Michigan no more. I'm in Atlanta. He was like, word, goddamn, you made that move already? And I'm like, yeah, fam. He was like, I ain't even know that. I'm like, how you been? He was like, I've been doing good. We on the week layoff or whatever. Small talk. He told me he got his truck business. He got his trucking license. So he getting ready to get his business license so he could own a trucking business, because he already got his trucking license. I congratulated him. I told him what I was up here for, you know. I'm in school, getting myself together. I've been here a couple months. And what gave me that ego boost, because it was like, damn, I wish you would have told me before you left. And I'm like, yeah, fam, I really wasn't talking to you. He was like, shit, we gotta arrange a way for me to see you. I gotta come down there and see you. And I'm like, what? He like, yeah, if it's not this year, he's like, if it's not in these next couple months, it's definitely gonna be within the comings of the new year. And of course, I heard it before, because best friend has said it. And it's like, yeah, fam, whatever. Then he tried to get me to buy him a ticket. Who does that? But this one was different, because he was like, shit, if I would have knew, I would have stopped by when I was in Miami. We just went to Miami. I definitely had to come your way. And it's like, the eagerness in his voice is like, oh, hell yeah, I believe him. But I'll wait till I see it. So I'm like, yeah, you got a birthday coming up. He like, yeah, well, you know. I'm like, what you do for your birthday? He like, shit, I don't know. We gonna figure. He's like, I'm gonna figure out something. I ain't really It's like I ain't really pressed about it. I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm like, that's what's up. But then this what gave me that ego boost. He was like, I'm proud of you. And he was like, I told him where I was working. He was like, yeah, you getting paid the same shit we getting paid down here. We just on shutdown. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get my shit together. I got my photography business. He was like, oh, word, yeah, we gonna have to he was like, how that's going for you? I'm like, it's going good. He was like, that's good, that's good. I'm glad you getting your shit together. Ain't shit here, you know what I'm saying? Same old shit, different day. I'm glad somebody chose to do something different and get their shit together. He was like, I hope you do good. I'm definitely gonna come and see you. We gonna put that in play. And it's like, nah, fam. Even though I don't trust people, I do believe that if he had it, he had definitely got on that plane. He definitely got on that plane and came and see me. Odd thing is, I would definitely want to see him. He was one of the best that I had. He is one of the persons that I did the dumbest shit to just to fuck. And it's like, bruh, I don't want no relationship, but I need him every now and then down here in my life. Why? Because who else had me driving with no license, with no license plate on my car, with one headlight in the middle of the fucking day going into night? Nobody but him. And yeah, I took that chance. And that's what made me stop messing with him, because he half asked me that day, and then I went back the next day to finish where we left off. And yeah, we did it, but we didn't do it. It's like he was so lazy with it that I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm done with this shit. And he laughed it off. For him to call me a year later, it's like, yeah, I had to have something cold. And for him to mean that he wanted to come see me, it's like, a bitch gotta have something cold. Got to, because two niggas ain't gonna say the same thing, even though one is just on bullshit. But, you know, another reason why he can always get it is because if I ain't in a relationship, he can always get it. And I said, if I ain't in a relationship, if I ain't in the right relationship, if I ain't happy, he can definitely get it. But that's a different story. Another thing that made me say a dog forever got a spot in my book is because, like I said, he drove from the west side to the east side to get me just to get what I got. And he looked out for me. A lot of people don't even know he looked out for me. When I was down bad on my luck and shit that fell apart for me during quarantine, he kept in contact with me. It wasn't just sexual during quarantine. He actually looked out for me. And I mean, I ain't need weed, but he gave it to me. When I had to stop drinking, he was my support. He used to tell me, you know, you spiraling and stuff like my other friend did. He like, shit, get your shit together. This shit ain't that deep, bro. It's just drinking. You grown, you older than me. You shouldn't even have to have these problems, but you got them. And it's like, yeah, I know, bro. But it's like to have that friend support when you going through something traumatic like quitting drinking and whatever addiction people had that they have to quit. When you have that support, it hit different. And he was one of my support. Definitely during quarantine when I wasn't talking to nobody. I mean, he checked up on me. He rode down on me, obviously. And then when I was going through the shit I was going through with best friend, he didn't really want to know about it. He just wanted me to get it out. And I was able to vent to him, let him know what was going on, you know. Tell him my situation with my car, which made him step up like, shit, just let me know when I gotta swoop you, and I will. When I was at work, baby, I blessed that boy. Every time I got the chance, pull up in the parking lot. When you get off of work, I'm gonna pull it down on you. Middle of the night shit. Like, yeah, we got very frequent with work activity. Became a little messy. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little thought for him. Well, of course I did it for somebody else, but not as bad as I did it for him. Like, if me and him would have got a call, I would have been okay with if they let me go. That's how crazy I had got for him. And I didn't want a relationship. I just liked the bond we had. And him calling me lets me know, hey, I still got a friend. But with that being said, and me getting it off my chest this morning, I'm gonna end this with you guys. Hope you guys have a good morning, and I hope I wasn't too long-winded for you guys.